Hello and welcome to our Watermer channel. I'll continue playing Inscryption. We start at the second map here. And we see something new here. Heart of Blood. But we would have to go over that feature. But we would get consumable, so yeah, let's go there. You must make a different kind of choice now. Choose not a specific beast, but decide the cost that you wish to pay. Let's choose the middle one. The industrious beaver. When played, it constructs dams adjacent to it. A random card with a cost of 2. What were you expecting? Now let's take consumables. Maybe a squirrel bottle and then blackout. And we should be ambushed. So with this totem, its creatures will grow into something stronger after one turn, so we will need to kill the bee. But it only has 1 health, so it shouldn't be very hard. What about this bullfrog? A card bearing this sigil will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne sigil. Okay, so nothing special for us. So let's take a squirrel then. And place it here. And maybe let's summon the larva. So we only have 3 damage left until the loss. I'm really hoping we will get a scout. But we got Raven. What about this strange papa? So it will again evolve. But we need to summon something, so let's use a blackout. And then squirrel, because we cannot summon a blackout without sacrifices. And now let's summon the river snapper onto the bee. Here we go. You got something. Mothman. It has 7 damage and 3 health. So it should change the scales. And we can't summon anything. So let's continue. And we almost won there. We have Mantis. A A card bearing this sigil will strike each opposing space to the left and right of the space across from him. Oh, okay, interesting. But we should win, so there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, here we go. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. So here we go, the trapper. You were stopped along the way by a trapper looking to liquidate his pelts. There was something uncanny about his appearance, but you were quickly distracted by his wares. Care to look at me pelts? Take a pelt free of charge. See the quality? I don't think so. So we have 9 teeth, and so we could use these teeth to place on the scales if we have that tool, but it works as a currency apparently. So maybe let's take another rabbit pelt, and that's it. Thanks for your business. The man assured you of the value of the pelts. They appear to be useless in a fight, but he mentioned that the trader further down the path would reward you for them. So it's like increasing your risk of dying on the way, but I think we would get a reward. Let's see what we should choose. Maybe the campfire. I don't remember what it does. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around the campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors whipping drool from their mouth. So we can choose any creature to increase its damage. Let's see the beaver ability. When a card bearing the sigil is played, a dam is created on each empty adjacent space. A dam is defined as 0 power and 2 health. So it's good for defense. Maybe let's give Strange Larva an attack bonus. Or the Stout. The fire warmed the poor Stout, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached toward it, another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the Stout away from the fire and left. So it's separating your cards with power, and this one with changing abilities. And we will have a fight now. So the enemy will place Kingfisher. It has 2 abilities, I think. Waterborne. A card bearing the sigil submerges itself during its opponent turn. While submerged, opposing creatures attack its owner directly. While submerged, opposing creatures attack its owner directly. So they will do damage and take no damage during our turns. But we will attack the enemy directly. So let's start by placing a squirrel. How many health does a toad have? 3 health. So I think we will need to kill the Koi out. First, and we should be good to go now. And let's take a squirrel to summon a raven. So we should do now the damage. And now let's take another squirrel. And we only need to do 3 damage to him. So I think we won. And we get any extra damage we do on a final attack to our teeth bank. We get currency. You encountered a small outpost in the woods tended by a mysterious woman. It was the trader that the old trapper had mentioned. Her appearance was unsettling, but you were mollified by her offerings. Do you mind if I examine those spells of yours? Not at all. We have 2 rabbit bells. Let's start with your hair bells. Here's what I can offer. I can trade you any of these. Take your time. Porcupine. Sharp quills. Once a card bearing the sigil is struck, the striker is then dealt a single damage point. Okay. We also have mantis we saw earlier, and elk foal. So it would transform into an elk. I think I'll choose adder, because when a card bearing the sigil damages another creature, that creature perishes. So yeah, it would be very useful to killing animals like grizzlies when we have a lot of health. Let's choose an adder. And then maybe another cat. To use its... or maybe mantis, and then enhance one of our creatures with ability to strike twice, so it would do twice damage to the enemy. But let's choose the cat to get more sacrifices. These spells are more excellent, my thanks. And here we go. Now let's choose the cat trait and put it on the maybe on the larva. Or the river snapper, so we could... It has a lot of health, so it would work as a defense, and we would get sacrifices. And we fight again. Enemy will Place a kingfisher again, 2 kingfishers and 1 coyote, as previously. We have grand fur here. So that kingfisher won't do any damage for 3 turns. So we only need to take a coyote. We can kill the kingfisher though. So let's place squirrel. And then maybe stoat on that side. Here. And then strange larva here. So it would be safe for hatching. And now let's choose we could choose a squirrel and then spawn an oak. There we go. Did I neglect to mention overkill damage? Excess damage is not wasted. It carries over to the card behind the mangled corpse of a victim. Lucky for you. So apparently the elf didn't do any damage. Now we could spawn a wolf, but that enemy has 2 lives or no? Maybe no. But let's wait for that grand fair to disappear. But we won and got a lot of currency, so that's good. Then let's go to the this side and choose from Free Blood. The regal moves. The creatures of the world make way for it. And what it has, hefty. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Creatures, in a way, will be pushed in the same direction. Okay. And then let's upgrade with damage. Oh, it will upgrade our health. A group of starving survivors stood around campfire. There's a room for a creature around the fire. The warmth will enhance its health. So let's see. We could increase Stout's health because we use it a lot. Or we could upgrade the adder so it wouldn't die after first attack. But we use Stout more often. now the final boss. My boss battles are high stakes, tests of your aptitude. With one flame you will either overcome them or die. Fear not, I will let you keep the smoke. A foul smell invaded your nostrils and caused your throat to seize. A hungry man sat by a brackish pond, with his feet submerged in the dark water. He pulled a hook from a pile of rotting fish and rose to his feet. I'm the angler. Go fish. So we got smoke. What does it do? Has 1 health and no damage, so it will be something like a defense. And we have a kingfisher. Squirrel and strout. So let's summon the stoat. Here. And then we can place the smoke here to defend from the attack of the kingfisher. But yeah, it attacks ours. Okay. Which fish? Hard choose. Let's take a squirrel. And let's see what happened here. Oh, so it will take a random card out of our placement. Not the best thing. Treasure fish. Easy choice. So if we place anything neither, he will take it. So we will have to sacrifice the squirrel. Mine now, go fish. Okay. So it steals our card, not destroys it. It's even worse. Stale fish, hard choose. You could sacrifice the beaver. But he will build a wall for him here. Maybe that's not too bad. But he will attack us as well, so let's again sacrifice the squirrel. And now we can place a wolf. We will do him enough damage so he won't be able to steal our snapper. At least he shouldn't be able to. Let's take another animal card. There we go. Too fast, too soon. So he spawned a lot of grizzlies. That's very bad. But at least we got Adder. So we will be able to take this grizzly with him. And for now, let's maybe skip a turn. Only this wolf will die. So we could place an adder instead of him. And then let's skip a turn. We only have a clock to skip its turn. So yeah, maybe let's use it. And now let's take another animal card. Moose buck. 3 damage and 7 health. Now let's use that clock. And spawn a wolf. Here. But they don't take any damage. Mighty Leap, a card bearing the sigil will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne sigil. Oh no, it took damage, yeah. So now let's take a squirrel and spawn a moose buck. Here. So we only have 4 damage before we lose. That's not great. But our wolf will attack, so it's 7. Seven against 8. We will still need a squirrel. And let's sacrifice it. The might of a moose cannot be halted, so our moose will die. That's very bad. Because we will die unless we use a beaver. Here. But at least we will win some time. But I think it's over. Yeah, unfortunately. Our first loss. Huh, go fish. You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory. Though you might think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We'll work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here are some cards from your mediocre deck. We can put them to good use. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. It's all the same too, but... And another. This time I will use its power and health, the numbers. Power and health, and let's take the moose buck. 3 power and 7 health from a moose buck. Now choose the card from which we will extract the sigils. Maybe the raven. A sigil of airborne from the raven. I never did ask your name. Here we go. There is now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? Maybe? You don't need to smile. Here we go again. Another challenger. Perhaps it is time. Perhaps you can understand bones. The resourceful opossum costs 2 bones. Okay. You can gain a bone when one of your creatures perishes, for any reason. So we died and another game started. Okay, so let's see what we have. Rattler. 3 damage and 1 health. So let's spawn a squirrel. And stoat instead of it. From the death of your creature, you've gained a bone. You will not lose this unit until it is spent, or the battle ends. Now we only can... Yeah. And now I will place a wall. To kill this rattler. And then we can spawn an opossum. And let's take another animal card. Bullet frog. Okay. Again, the rattler killed our wolf. Now let's spawn that bullet frog on the rattler. Kill it. And we are almost winning, and we should win. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like we started over. Oh, I forgot your figurine. Get up and fetch it for me. Oh, okay. It's beside the safe. We can choose any of these figurines. Or maybe only this one. So it's a room with safe. We could try to brute force it. I'm not sure if it would work. He missed for 7. I'll need to try that again. So the first number is not 0. We will try it later. Now let's get back to the map. Let us continue. Yes. Let's continue. The meager coyote. But what did you expect? For only your bones. 4 bones. Okay. Rattler. 6 bones. The nefarious rattler. A brittle creature once past its monster's fangs. And cockroach. The unkillable cockroach returns to your hand after dying. Nice. Maybe let's take the rattler. You know you are free to get up again, to keep your blood flowing. Oh, so we can... I'm not tyrant. You may stand whenever the map is unrolled. It allows me time to plan your next encounter, but do keep your hands off my possessions. So we can walk whenever we want. The clock. Oh, we can turn the... Oh, nice. Does it fit? We got a ring. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. What about the book? Mighty Leap. If you created stride, bifurcated stride. Frozen away. When a card bearing the sigil perishes, the creature inside is released in its place. Oh, so it's all the sigils. We will need a key for this. We can take a few thieves out of that skull, okay. I hope we didn't need that. Handle. I think I saw a hand somewhere, no? Maybe not. Okay, so let's get back to the map. And get consumables. Some bone tokens for a rainy night. Looks like 4 bone tokens. But I think scissors would be better. And our next fight. I saw a past victim writing a passcode in the rule book. You would place a coyote, both coyotes, in 2 damage each. So our stroke could kill one of them after they come, and let's go for now. And let's spawn a bullet frog to take that coyote down. And then maybe another animal. Wolf. And then a squirrel. And a squirrel again, okay. This one is the easy one. For some reason. New cards. Wartimer. Okay, so it's our card. Nice. Mantis. The pervert mantis. Its praying claws strike both to the left and right. And Ravenek. An nascent raven, it is no less conniving in its incubation. Let's take our card. It has a lot of health and damage. Why not? I wonder if we must lose a card or no. If we have to, then I'll sacrifice the bullet frog to get the mighty leap. So it would block the airborne sigil. And let's give it to the opossum. And then we could go to the another encounter, or to the monster. Maybe let's go to the encounter, then new cards and campfire. Here we have our own card. And we have a wolf up on the opposing side. And alpha. These are creatures adjacent to a card bearing this sigil gain 1 power. Okay, so it's like a support character. Let's take another squirrel to summon the Wartimer. But for some reason it didn't die. Oh, because we attacked directly the enemy. We should be able to take the another card wolf. That's not very good, as that wolf will kill a Wartimer card. I wonder if it would be better to take care of that alpha. Yeah, I think I'll do that. This wolf will die. So you don't need to do that. Okay. We won. And new card. Bullet Frog. The watchful Bullet Frog. It leaps in a way of attacking flyers. Raven and Beaver. Let's take the Raven. Or maybe the Beaver. Then to the campfire. And we will enhance our card's power. So maybe let's give it to the opossum. And then our next encounter would be against Wolf Cub. Okay. Can't spawn anything right now, so let's skip a turn. Now let's take the squirrel. Sacrifice 2 of them to get the wolf. Here. And then let's skip a turn. What is this mole? Borrower. When an empty space would be struck, card bearing the skill will move to that space to receive a strike instead. So it will take the damage instead of the enemy's total damage. And now let's take the animal card and spawn the opossum to take care of that wolf. Now we can take squirrel. Then we will take another and spawn a watermelon, so we should win now. Here we go, and we got 2 extra damage. Maybe let's go to the campfire again. And take something from One Blood. Skunk. For a wild skunk, its stench reduces the strength of the enemy. Interesting, interesting. The creature opposing a card bearing this sigil loses 1 power. Okay. So it would be perfect if we would give him power on the campfire. So it would not only defend but also attack. And yeah, we can increase the power. Where's the skunk? Here we go. And the boss fight. Once again we lose 1 of our candles. The incessant clanking reverberated between your ears. The path ahead was blocked by a grotesque figure. Was the Prospector. Prospector boss again. Yeah, we fight against it on the first map before. We also got smoke. Bone King. When a card bearing residual dice, 4 bones are awarded instead of 1. Which is a nice card. Let's see what we have. Pack Mule and Coyote. And a Boulder. I think I'll place with Smoke here then. And maybe let's keep a squirrel to spawn the Watermer next. We will have Wolfgur coming next, and our squirrel. And let's place it against this coyote. So we didn't get a lot of damage, but we do damage as we are airborne. And let's continue. And we could take that wolf cub with skunk. And we should win, I think. But now he'll convert our cards to the gold, right? Gold, I've struck for gold. And that's very bad. Can I see the board, please? Here we go. Pack Mule, 5 health. And Stoat only does 1 damage. But let's take the animal card. Let's remember what it does. Guardian. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move to that empty space. Oh, okay. And now let's spawn a Stoat against that coyote. So we will get 2 damage. So we will need another animal card. Rattler. How many? We have a lot of these. So let's take the Rattler against the Bloodhound. I think it saved us. As now we can continue gaining on scales. So that's either kill our Rattler. Unless we convert it to the oh, can we sacrifice it? Yes, we can. So let's sacrifice them to get the beaver here. And then another animal card. With a possum. And now we should win. Also, by killing the mule, we get cards. Okay, Rat King, Coyote. We will win, so now let's try to maximize the damage. We could place wolf instead of a beaver. We will need one more squirrel. There we go. And now a coyote. But I think we will place Rat King instead there. Instead there's goat. And then a coyote. That would maximize the damage. There we go. And we defeated his first boss. Very well, you may choose a rare card. The Stalwart Mole Man, the ultimate defense. Okay. So it would defend against airborne enemies. Very good. Strange larva, we had previously it. And the prudent pack rat. Never doubt the utility of a well-stocked pack. Trinket Bearer. When a card bearing the sigil is played, you will receive a random item as long as you have less than 3 items. It sounds good. I think I'll choose the pack rat. Or we could get a mole man to defend. Yeah, let's choose a mole man, after all. After a harrowing encounter with a prospector, gathered yourself and continued forward. Let me see. The air grew thick and with moisture. The bustling and chirping of insects drowned out the sound of your footfalls. You beheld the wetlands. And yeah, I'll end this episode here. We again finished the first map, and I will try to finish this one as well in the next episode. So see you in the next one.